Faye.
Hi, and I'm Tracey, and welcome to More Better with Tracey and Faye. Today we're talking about the very worst commercial ever made in the history of the world. Stick around.
Hey Jay, this project might need a bit of zhuzhing, but you're the big enchilada. Holla back, Warren.
So that is Apple Intelligence Writing Tools. That's what they call it for iPhone 16. Not sponsored, by the way, but thoughts.
Oh my God. You can't
feeling.
even get the question. That is the worst commercial I've ever seen. They even call it work smarter. No, it's show yourself to be an idiot. It is terrible. It's Apple saying, yes, everybody, we want you to be as inauthentic as possible. Apple is saying, you can totally bamboozle them. You can be a complete slob at work. You can be disengaged. You can be non-productive. You can be all sorts of things. But you throw crap into a text message, hit professional, and suddenly, what? Your manager thinks suddenly you've changed?
Yeah.
What exactly is the point of this? This is a demonstration of why AI is terrible for writing and workplace communication. It's terrible. It is inauthentic. It is in no way helping people get better. What they're saying is, we can help you fake it.
Yeah.
And I just think it is terrible, 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 terrible. Terrible.
Can you tell me how you really feel about this commercial?
Upon review, I believe that the main message is, while it says it will make you smarter, what it really does is reveal you to be inauthentic and unskilled.
And what strikes me is that the type of employee that's being shown here, is that the kind of person that you want?
That's what I'm thinking.
Times 100 or whatever those, you know what I mean? Like
Apple. Is that your audience? Is that who you want? You want to say, this technology is for the laziest person in your company. This is technology for the least ambitious person in your company. This is the technology for people who don't care.
Wow.
That's what I see. It is a terrible message. And it shows the power of AI in its worst possible light.
Yeah, that's true. It does. He makes no effort. I mean, firstly, the way they show him originally communicating.
Yeah.
Frightening. Also, why wasn't that caught at the interview? And then, why is that caught in
the speech? Excellent communicator in verbal and written form.
Yeah.
So and he was, I got that, man.
Well, he probably generated his cover letter in that sense. I don't know how he got past the panel, but anyways.
Yep.
And imagine next steps. So imagine his boss, I don't know what there is, providing some sort of update. But oh, great, Bob, come on in. Let's talk about that thing you asked for. Let's talk about that project.
Yeah. And the guy,
it was so compelling, right? It was so compelling. Your email to me was like, oh, I'm impressed. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I know. It's astonishingly terrible. And they missed the boat completely on this. The power of AI, to me, it's no joke. That's the thing. It's not a joke. People are using it in business for writing. Now, I'm not speaking to the power of AI to improve your processes at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about business communication. The power of AI in business communication is huge. And it's not for good, in my opinion, for the most part. It's good, as we've said endlessly, if you know what good looks like. The Yahoo in that commercial, he didn't know and he didn't care. Right? So to me, the power of the AI is no joke.
Yeah.
And it it's communication like that. It's saying, here's how you can use it. That's why communication problems will continue to persist in companies when it's being used that way. It's a very powerful tool, and Apple is treating it like a toy in this commercial. My starting point is, if you don't know what good is, then this is just going to keep you stupid. You won't learn what good is by using AI. And I don't mean stupid. Stupid is a powerful word that's really negative. But if you are uneducated in what good looks like in communication, if you've never had the opportunity to acquire that knowledge, AI is not going to teach it to you. AI keeps you uneducated if used in the way that Apple is promoting in this commercial. It adds to the crisis that I keep talking about that we have
problematic.
here.
It's problematic.
It's really problematic. And man, I've been an Apple fan, an Apple user for a very long time. And I've never been so pissed off about an Apple commercial.
Okay, what about the argument that this guy is going to learn to be a better writer, communicator, because he can press that button, read it, send, and then gets a result, gets a pat on the back or some recognition, and then keeps learning. What's the retort or response to that argument that
I don't believe it for a second. Not this guy. I really believe that it's easier to learn from someone training you and having the conversation. Because I've done things with AI where, say, I was planning a course outline, and I know the kind of content I want in there, and then I've said, apply instructional design principles.
Sure.
So then pops it up, and then it gives me a couple lines about instructional design principles and what they did. Well, people who are educated and work in instructional design, they know a lot more than just the little cream on the top.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all that AI gave me. Well, we incorporated this kind of learning and that kind of learning into the thing that you have given to me. But just getting that much of, 2 sentences, this from instructional design and that from those principles, I'm not learning it.
Yeah.
I would learn better if I spoke to someone or got trained in it. So understand what is beneath the one-liner, what goes into that, what's the thought behind that. Then it would be far more robust learning. And then I could do the same thing, go to AI and do my thing. And then I would have context for why it's making the changes it's making. I would have that understanding. And the same thing goes with writing. So I could, if, I was someone who didn't have confidence or confidence in my skills at writing, I could write it, send it to AI, ask it to make it more professional and tell me why. And it would give me the one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
But the one-liners don't give you the critical thinking piece.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
And so to me, it's a lot better to learn it rather than try to learn it while AI is correcting you. Because that's, in some ways, no different than the red pen of death. It's kinder. But it's the same idea. Someone goes in and changes what you wrote and says, this is better. That's what the red pen of death is. You give it to me, I mark it up, I say, this is better. That's what AI does. It's just more kind, but it's not facilitating learning.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but that's a really interesting point. Is that perhaps it's because it feels safer to send it to a bot, right? I don't have to deal with emotions and hierarchy and power dynamics and all of that sort of stuff. I can send it to this bot. It tells me what is better. So it's a little confidence booster, or I don't feel as hurt, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. But does that bot know better?
Well, so then I send it off to my manager, who comes back, and maybe they don't have any spelling or grammar corrections.
Sure.
But they're like, you missed the point. The message is unclear. What's it for? You've missed this context. You've missed this information. All the stuff that your AI bot will not know. That's the critical thinking piece.
Exactly. And that's what's missing from this commercial.
Everything is missing from that commercial.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Maybe we'll talk about more commercials in the future. But anyway, so with that, I'm Faye.
And I'm Tracey. Join us next time on More Better with Tracey and Faye.